Welcome back to another reloading and rambling. Sitting here today loading up some of these 60 grain VMAX 556. Boy, it's a good looking little round, ain't it? Maybe if I can get it to focus. Get my ugly mug out there. There we go. Cover up my ugly mug. Focus is great. So, loading up some of these bad boys. For any new people that are new to reloading, watching me, you'll notice I'm not using case lube here, and that is because I am not resizing this brass. This is fully processed brass. It's already been resized, deprimed, of course. Then it was tumbled to get the case lube off of it, and then I went through the process of trimming, chamfering, deburring, and then knocking out the military crimp primers and 556 that they're notorious for having. But this is, it looks like a, I don't know if you can even see it or not, but it looks like a sizing die because it has the stem through it. It's a universal decapping die, and the reason that I keep that in here for fully processed brass is just to make sure that that flash hole is oh, my hillbilly come out over there. The flash hole's clear. That's what the point is there. We make sure that flash hole's clear of any that corncob media might be stuck in that flash hole. So, yeah. Oh, I started making fun of myself. Forgot to put a primer in there. Whew. All right. So, all right. Now we are moving on. And this video is actually my second video doing this, but unless you're a Patreon member, you don't know that, because I've already made this video once, and I put it out on my Patreon, because I put all of my reloading and ramblings out on Patreon just as soon as I create them. Same with my shorts. So if you want to see that video, you're going to have to go subscribe. Shameless plug. But honestly, I feel like when I made this video to start with, I left out some really, really good YouTubers, and that's what this video is about. My favorite Guntubers, or YouTube gun content creators. And I left out some really good ones. And I'm going to be honest with you, the reason that I forgot about them is because I really don't get to watch that much YouTube anymore. It seems like my free time is spent creating YouTube instead of watching YouTube. So I really don't get to watch as much content as I used to, or that I would like to watch. I do some. A lot of times when I'm driving, I'll turn a video on and kind of blog it, just listen as I'm driving, something like that. But anyways, I've already rambled for 3 minutes as of now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the video. So we're gonna start off with one of my favorite video creators, and it is going to be Buffalo Outdoors. He is an excellent gun-tuber. He's also the only gun-tuber that has ever given my channel a shout out, and he helped me out tremendously when he did. I just started, helped out great, but he is a great dude, and his content, I don't know how the man does it, but I have never seen production quality like what he has. Like, he's the one that inspired me to buy a decent 4K camera, and I still can't get it as good a quality as what he does. Like, his editing, his video quality is just friggin' insane. Like I said, his videos is what inspired me to try to make mine better production-wise. I can't get close. I can't even get close to it. But even beyond that, the dude is a killer shot too. He does a segment where he does a man has to know his limitations, and he keeps stepping back and keeps stepping back, and he's like drilling this little old steel plate like a stupid distance, just like it ain't nothing. But anyways, super great dude. And now, as I go on here, I'm just going to let you know, I'm talking about larger YouTube channels. Like, I watch a lot of smaller ones too that are like my buddies. Kentucky Range Time, he's a good dude. Kentucky Patriot, that's one of my buddies. Great channel, great content, puts out some really good stuff. Jason's Killing and Grilling, you see me talk about him on here all the time. Great dude, great content. But the YouTubers that I'm talking about today are like massive YouTubers. So that's what I'm kind of keeping it to. If I'm talking about all the little channels, we'd be here all day, which, boy, I'm really rambling today. Could be that anyways. Uh-oh. That one does not. I'm about to hit that one on the old military crimp remover again. But anyways, all right. Talked about Buffalo Outdoors. See, I made a list this time. I cheated. I got a list set there to reference, which I normally don't do that, but kind of had to this time, guys. Kind of had to. Sue me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. Number 2. This is a dude that I watch a lot. I've watched him a lot for a long, long time. And it's Tim Harmson from Military Arms Channel. I know he had some controversy there here a while back, a couple years ago, something to do with them Russian guns that, I don't know if they're Russian. I don't remember what model it was, but it was an AK variant that I guess he was involved with importing, and there was some stink about him hoarding them, or I don't remember what it was. I didn't really even care. But anyways, I still like all of his content. He's super informative. He's an excellent shot too. He makes shooting rifles look stupid easy, especially with open sights. But I think he does a really, really good job of the way his videos are laid out and the way that he communicates with the audience. To me, is super easy to follow, and he's very easy to learn from. But and I just like his personality too. He seems, I've never met him in person, but his camera personality or charisma is good and comes across as a pretty good guy. He could be a complete butthole in real life for all I know, but that's just my opinion of him through YouTube, through the screen. See, y'all don't know if I'm a butthole or not either, unless you met me, which I doubt many of you have. I could be complete, total, just, what do y'all think? Think so? All right. So the next one, touchy subject right now, Paul Harrell. I watch a lot of Paul Harrell stuff. Who don't watch Paul Harrell? I mean, the dude he's by himself in a class of his own. Like there'll never be anybody else like Paul Harrell. I saw that his brother or brother-in-law released some content here recently. I haven't got to watch it yet. I've watched a few of the little short videos that he's put out. I'm gonna give him a shot just because, you know, I'm gonna support him. I just don't think it's gonna have the same pizzazz as Paul himself, which nobody does. I mean, Paul has his own personality. He has the way that he comes across, and the way that he speaks, even just how he's a wordsmith, and he even talks like he's not, saying he has a speech impediment and Shatner-esque pauses, which I've never even really noticed. But he's a wordsmith. He has a way with words, and I enjoy that type of content. Hickok. I used to watch a lot of Hickok. Like, that was when I first started getting into YouTube, which I was always one of the last people to get into something. Like, I didn't get a smartphone until like 2015 or something, so I was one of the last ones to get. I had a flip phone all the way up to that point. I was one of the last ones to start watching YouTube. But when I did start watching YouTube, Hickok was one of the first ones that I found that I was watching all the time. Used to watch his stuff constantly, which I still watch it sometimes now, but it's not super informative type material that I like to watch a lot. Like, you'll learn something every now and then, but for the most part, it's just him shooting and rambling. But anyways, you know, I tend to watch a lot of content where I feel like I'm going to learn something, or I'm looking to learn something anyways. So, yeah, we'll set that one off to the side. I didn't like how that primer seated. But, you know, he's still entertaining, don't get me wrong. And he's a legend, so you can't not watch him every now and then anyways. He's getting up in age too. That's kind of worrisome. I know he's been retired from his actual job for a long, long time, but anyways. All right, let's look over here. Hoody Hoo! Hoody Hoo's another one of my favorites to watch. He's just an old country boy from the hills, just like I am, out shooting stuff, shooting the clay blocks. I like watching those clay block videos quite a bit. And man, that dude can flat shoot a rifle too. He's stupid with a rifle. Makes me jealous. I can't shoot a rifle very good at all. I shoot handguns halfway decent, but I can't shoot a rifle very good. I'll just go ahead and tell you. So a lot of my rifle accuracy videos, I'm gonna take them for what they're worth. But anyways, yeah, Hoody Hoo's fun to watch, and man, he pumps out some content too. if you're not following him and you watch a lot of YouTube, you need to go subscribe to him because he puts out something like every day. There's always something coming out from Hoody Hoo. Next one. The next one actually inspired my channel. I watched him all the time because I've always been into the stuff that I do. You know, the ballistics testing, the gel testing, that type of stuff. I've always been into it, and it's TN Outdoors. He ain't putting out a whole lot of content anymore these days, but man, he has a lot of really, really good content. If you like the stuff I do with gel blocks and things of that nature, you got to go look at all the TN Outdoors stuff, because like I said, he is what inspired my channel. I actually started making my YouTube channel right after he kind of pulled in the reins a little bit on making his content. And really, I didn't know a whole lot of people that were doing ballistic gel stuff on YouTube. I know now there's a whole lot of it, but you know, he was kind of the pioneer of the ballistics gel testing for YouTube, and I watched the crap out of him. I wish he'd start making some more content. I mean, I love watching his stuff even now, which is few and far between as far as his video releases, but you know, I don't know what happened where he slowed down. It's not none of my business. I don't know if he told people or not. Maybe he did, and I just don't know, but I haven't seen why. And really, if he don't want to tell anybody, it's not anybody's business. But, you know, I wish he'd put out more content for my own selfish reasons. Next one, Grand Thumb. Now, Grand Thumb is informative, but he's starting to get more towards the entertainment side of things, but a lot of his stuff is still really informative. Like, he had that like stupid long suppressor video he did. That was neat. That was entertaining and informative. But you know, I'm not going to diss him. If you like it, that's fine. That's great. But I don't like the type of creators like Demo Ranch, Kentucky Ballistics. It's just like, to me, that it's just like childish entertainment, just blowing stuff up and shoot a big gun, just silly stuff that, you know, a lot of non-gun people watch that type of stuff because they don't really look for information related to guns. It's just blow stuff up. You know, it's not my style. That's your style. That's fine. I just don't like it. Now, Kentucky Ballistics used to do informative stuff. He used to do a lot of gel testing. He'd shoot those Stretch Armstrongs and stuff. That was pretty neat. But once he's kind of got on the Demo Ranch side of things, I think I even unsubscribed from him, honestly. It's just not my style of stuff. Grand Thumb is kind of on the border there for me as far as being just strictly entertainment or actually informative. But like, Grand Thumb still has a lot of information that comes out of his channel, which is why I still watch him. Like, you know, he does those freeze tests and stuff on different guns. And granted, it's nothing I'm ever going to have to worry about, but it's informative and entertaining at the same time. It's like that stupid long suppressor. Like, I'm never going to apply to me, but you know, I'm still curious of the physics of it, if it makes any sense. TFB, particularly James Reeves. I like watching James Reeves. I can watch some of Hop's stuff. He's pretty decent, but James Reeves just has a sense of humor that just strikes me funny, just the way that he says stuff. Like, sometimes he'll just be talking along in like a review video or something, and something will just roll out of his mouth, and like, you don't even really catch it at the time. It's like he just keeps right on going with what he's saying, and you're like, wait a minute, that was funny. But it's just, I just like James Reeves. I think his comedy is funny, and you know, he says a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, you know, in reviews and things of that nature, but that doesn't mean that he's wrong. Most of it's opinion, and it's okay to have different opinions. So it's just, I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says. Typically, our opinions don't align a lot, but I still watch his stuff because he is informative. He doesn't put his opinion in a lot, but he's entertaining as well. So you just got to be able to separate the information from the opinion, which is what you got to do on all these channels, including mine, because I put my opinion out there too. And if you don't agree, that's fine. That's fine. Just to separate the information from the opinion. Mr. Guns and Gear. Mr. Guns and Gear is strictly information. He doesn't really have much of an entertaining side of his channel. It is just strictly data and information. But the dude is super slick on a lot of the legislative stuff too. A lot of the laws that come out, he's very, very very up to keeping us informed and breaking it down in a way that we can understand it. So that's super handy. I like him really, really well. Somebody's at my door, so I'm gonna have to pause. And dang it, I'm gonna have to edit this video. All right, I'm back. I hate editing these videos. It takes forever, and from one little snip, now I gotta edit the whole daggone thing. Anyways, we were talking about guns and gear. Like I said, he's informative, straight information, very, very up on legislative things. And the legislative side of things is what's gonna bring me to my final and last. Final is last. It's been a long day. But anyways, the last of the top 10 favorite large YouTube channels, and it's going to be Armed Scholar. Armed Scholar is very, very good at keeping you up to date on everything that's happening. He follows all of the mainstream legislation all the way through, anything going through the courts, going through whatever. He follows it all very closely. Now, a lot of his videos, you got to watch his titling, because he will title a lot of clickbait type titles, which I don't like. But, you know, if there's anything going on that I'm kind of aware of, like, you know, the brace rules and that type of stuff, if I know something's happening, I'll go watch his videos, watch a couple of them, because I promise he'll have like 32 of them on the same thing. it just keeps coming out. But like I said, he's very thorough, but some of the stuff will be titled like, you know, it'd be like, silencers are no longer controlled by the ATF. And you're like, holy cow, this is a federal law or something. Something happened for silencers are no longer, you know, NFA items. And then you'll watch it and it'll be just an update on the Texas deal where they're trying to have the ATF not be able to control in Texas made silencers for in Texas people, Texas residents, as long as they're out of the state. But it'll just be like an update on that case. But the title made you think, oh, wait a second. But that's what it's intended to do. But anyways, just be aware of that. If you see some of his titles, just know it could be a lot lesser degree of importance once you get to the video. But it's going to be important nonetheless. So just know that. But, yep, that's where we're at. I'm going to finish uploading the rest of these processed brass here, and then I'm gonna have to go turn that noisy old Frankfurt Arsenal trim case prep center back on and prep some more brass, and then I'll start another reloading and rambling. Till next time, guys, stay tuned.